So you find out that you have chronic Lyme disease. Walk me through that process of making this album simultaneous with your Lyme journey.
I didn't have to creatively think about how to write this album because I was living it. There was lots of nights of deep burning, joints crushing. It brought me into a place of full surrender because I didn't know what else to do.
How important was the emotional healing in the healing of the Lyme?
It was the key. The pain that we experience is an aspect of the inner child that is wanting affection and attention. Sometimes pain serves us in that way, and I realized that hell is the path to heaven, and this pain and this suffering is almost a necessity so that we can experience liberation.
Rumble, that's the sound of hope. Moving mountains with the way you go. You can't remove the pain if you refuse it. Just show me how you use it. So show me how you use it.
So I just landed in Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm on my way to meet one of my favorite artists, St. Finnikin.
There's a vision that I've created in my heart. Will I see it come to life or will it fall apart? Can the universe do better than my dream? She said let it go and see. So
I discovered St. Finnikin through Instagram, and when I came across his music, I was like, who is this person?
like a kiss, this is bliss, and I swear testify that it is possible to find harmony in your life. And I'm convinced this is what they call true happiness. And if you're looking for a sign, this is it, this is it.
The music just spoke to my soul. It took me on this whole journey. So I reached out to him and I was like, bro, you're amazing. Like, I would love to co-create with you and maybe make a video about you. Like, are you down? And it's so funny because he was like, girl, I've been following your YouTube channel for like 10 years and I would love to co-create. And I'm like, yes, let's go. And here we are. So I started getting into a lot of his other music as well, and I could tell he's just operating on another level. So right now I'm on my way to his home, and I'm gonna be spending the next 24 hours with him to immerse myself in his world and to not only learn about his story, but to also experience how he lives his life and the different wellness and lifestyle and spiritual practices that he incorporates. He's got something figured out, and I wanna know what it is.
Look at God. Grateful for the love and the peace and the joy inside of me. It don't stop. All the miracles and miracles and miracles and miracles repeat, man. I'm in it.
Okay, we're almost there, and I think we're gonna get to meet his partner, Jordan, as well. I brought them some flowers, little housewarming gift. They're providing the Southern hospitality out here, and I'm very, very grateful. We're here!
We're here. Welcome home.
Thank you, your home is beautiful.
You cool if I just take us straight to your...
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me so much. Whoa. It's a whole vibe. Oh my goddess. Hi Jordan. Nice to meet you. Hi. We're in Nashville.
I made some juice.
Oh my god, thank you. Fresh juice? What is this,
Yeah.
carrot juice?
We did carrot, peach, watermelon, apple.
Wow, the Southern hospitality though. First of all, what did you just put in this?
This is a gut support that we have been taking for a while now. It's just ion.
It's made from like natural soil microbes, so it helps like heal the lining of your gut.
Yep. And then we have some trace minerals. You know how it is.
Very important.
Just a couple. This is some aminos.
Give me whatever you're doing. I'm doing all the things you guys do. This is a lot of juice.
It's a lot of juice, yeah. So
But
you
it's
don't.
not all juice.
Yeah, it's not all juice. I think it's. I would say about half is the juice that we press, and then we filled the rest with some organic coconut water, Spindrift. Thank you for coming here.
Thank you for having me.
We honor you, and our home is your home anytime, not just this trip.
Yay, thank you, cheers. That's
That
so
mustache.
good. Oh my goddess. So how long have you been into health things?
I had a sister that passed away from cancer, and it like almost rattled me into like a very health conscious, like, okay, what's this disease? What's illness? To the root, what are these things? And we became, you know, super conscious of where we were sourcing our food. We started falling in love with like actually cooking, and we fell in love with herbs. So we started to cultivate a lot of that intention behind anything that we're putting in our body, you know, as it brings life to us and light and nutrients. So yeah, we've been on this journey for probably 5 years of like being really conscious of what we allow in our body.
I'm already so inspired. I'm like, you're already changing my life.
Speaking of changing your life, I have followed this woman for, I'm not kidding, a decade. And now you're in my living room drinking the sacred juice.
I'm so excited to like co-create this. We're gonna have so much fun. There's so much we're gonna dive into, and yeah, I mean, thank you for welcoming me.
He's eating is that honeysuckle?
Like the red berries.
That's so cute. So this is what we've been doing for the last like 4 hours. We've just been like drinking tea and talking about really deep life topics. And what are we doing?
Talking about
balls. Please
like,
explain.
I've spent an ungodly amount of money on healing modalities and treatments and stuff, and I've recognized that some of the most profound things that have really made a huge impact on my life and in my healing journey with my body are like these, are literally
the
like,
simplest things.
Where's the black orbit? Things that open up my fascia and help me rehydrate my fascia and relax my nervous system. This gun, I think that little gua sha over there, it's like, these are the things.
This is like the best night routine ever.
You put this on the floor and you lay on your stomach on it.
Yeah.
And you lay for like 30 minutes, 20
And you
30
breathe,
minutes.
Okay.
breathe into your,
And it releases that psoas muscle that is very closely tied to your nervous system. So when you release it, you're actually putting your body in a rest and digest state.
So I'm gonna put that ball on my psoas, and then we're gonna go to sleep, and then tomorrow you're gonna see more of your life. So keep watching. Well, good morning. Seems like we have some type of movement practice happening. That looks actually great. Like I could use that. Grand Rising.
Grand rising. The sun is out.
Yeah, it's hot out here. Whoa.
Shall we wake up the body?
Show me what to do.
I start off with this move where the core of your body is trying to stay kind of in the center as you shift your weight from the left and right, and your legs go the opposite direction from your hands. So when you go this way, your left leg kind of swings out of it, and you'll feel it here.
And the right hand and
And then like look straight forward and just keep your head in the center. Yeah.
Did you study Qigong?
YouTube Academy.
Nice. YouTube University.
I worked with a couple shamans that were helping me, but this is good. We're waking up our kidneys as well. If the back of your palms can hit. We kind of want to do like sporadic hitting and go to the arms.
What are the benefits of slapping?
It starts to move the lymph and starts to cultivate some chi. Coming down to I just kind of like karate chop this.
That feels so good.
Right?
Ha!
It's like the exterior of the legs. Their trembling horse.
What's that?
This is like my morning go-to.
Okay.
Good for the tummy.
Morning elixir. And
Looks like we have many things
Yeah,
here.
we have
What do we
lemon.
got going on? How long have you been having this drink every morning for?
Sheesh. So it's changed over the years, but this concoction fairly new in the last like 5 months or so.
Okay.
We have some fulvic and humic acid. This is a great, also a fantastic binder. Look how pretty that is.
That's beautiful.
It's like earth, like literally like earth dust.
But what exactly is this? Where does it come from?
Yeah, this is like pure earth, like soil, fulvic and humic. So really good minerals, and also acts as an amazing binder.
So it's kind of like a charcoal type of thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then this is a company called Des Bio. They're amazing. This is just like a kidney and bladder support. I just do a couple of drops. And then we have some cold infused marshmallow root. This is high silica.
And silica is really good for hair and skin. What else?
Silica hydrates you on a molecular level. This is the morning beverage.
Yay.
Cheers, my friend.
Cheers. Thank you.
Absolutely.
That's so good.
What happens when we treat life like a ceremony? When we move with intention, I can tell you what happens. Time starts to fall away, along with our doubts, along with our worries. And the essence of heaven begins to reveal itself. It's not somewhere far away from us. It's right here. It's in the little things, the little sounds. It's in the water. It's in the patience. It's when we slow down. That's when we're able to actually be present and see the infinite miracles unfold right in front of our eyes. That's heaven. It's in service, helping those fill their cup up. While knowing the value of filling my own cup. It's in reverence. Heaven is two friends sitting at a table,
exchanging smiles in stillness. That's my heaven.
I want to ask you about this. This beautiful plant that just unfolded. What is this and what's the story behind it?
This is the Rose of Jericho. And so this particular plant is referred to as the resurrection flower because it never dies. And so if you saw that it was dry prior to us putting the tea on it, it will stay in that state without liquid, but then when you put liquid on it, it opens up. And if you continue to water it, it will also sprout little flowers depending on how long you want it to be open. I like to bring it in when I'm about to open up a really deep conversation. And so as the flower opens, the space opens and we open. And so here we are.
I do want to start with who you are. Like, who are you? Where do you come from? Like, I'm so curious about you as a human.
Childhood, I was raised in a really strong Christian household. So not just like church every Sunday, but I ended up leading worship for, over a decade. So I was like heavily involved in the church. As a young teenager, I was obsessed with sports and I was super active. And so I was playing basketball every day, football on the football team. And I had an incident happen when I was 13 where I was skateboarding, laying down on a skateboard and going down hills and stuff. And I ended up breaking my back. And so that was a huge pivot for me in my life as a young man because everything that I was really passionate about, sports and this dream of being, possibly playing college, was completely at a halt. And it's actually how I found my passion for music. My father did music when I was growing up, but I never really took music seriously until I kind of had to take all this energy that I was investing in sports and had to push it somewhere. Like it is, like that energy needed to go somewhere, it needed an outlet. And so music was that avenue for me. So that's when I started fulfilling the role of a worship leader. I did it for 12 years. I started questioning certain concepts within the dogma and started doing my own research, different texts, exploring other practices and belief structures in like Eastern philosophy, reading other books like the Bhagavad Gita, and even getting into more like the Hermetic Gnostic things and just getting an overall picture of what this is. And I'd been deconstructing a lot of these concepts like hell and heaven. What is hell and heaven? And it has changed in the last, 5 years of hell and heaven being these things that are separate from me. Places that we go to after we die, to being states of consciousness, states of being. And so things like that started becoming a little more clear, and that's kind of a bit of the deconstruction that I've done.
That's a big thing to deconstruct, especially when you're deconstructing conditioned beliefs of this is what you've been told, your whole life.
That's Grandma.
Grandma.
She protects the stairwell.
Hi, Grandma. Thank you.
There's like a inner child collector in me that likes seeds and sticks and things. Before they were here, they were all out there, everywhere.
There's a little bit of like clutter.
Just literally, it just felt like clutter.
Beautiful
and
clutter though.
Can I touch this one?
you can touch whatever you want. That's what this is for. Yeah, it's a kaleidoscope.
That's so whoa!
Isn't that crazy? It's like
Whoa.
things that spark our imagination, tapping into the inner child. This is that for me.
It's a whole trinket extravaganza. What is this?
This is angelica root.
Whoa.
Right? It's kind of like almost cinnamony.
It smells like a celery root kind of too.
This is a didgeridoo, but it also has the skin stretch on it, so it's a drum and a didgeridoo. Now, I'm not an expert on playing this instrument, but I'll give it a try.
Okay. So are you also using lots of unconventional instruments in your music?
Yeah, like this is an instrument that I use called a bag of sticks. You know?
Well, tomorrow we're gonna get to see also some of how you create, which I'm so excited about. Whoa.
I've never seen a didgeridoo like this.
Have you been doing art your whole life?
Yeah, I would say so. When I was a kid, I used to intentionally color out of the lines, and I think my art teachers absolutely hated that. But yeah, I think drawing came back during like some of the darker times in my healing journey. These are like the human body. Like I was drawing what I believe was going on in my body. I recently, about a year ago, found out that I had chronic Lyme disease. And it came out of dormancy because I was living in 10 times the amount of toxic black mold. So I had like very toxic black mold poisoning while I had chronic Lyme. And it all came all at once. And at the time, my body was not getting the proper support. You know, I was vegan, like very driven and passionate, very practiced vegan. And I worked with a couple Chinese medicine doctors who helped me along this journey. But in the beginning, knowing that I was vegan, they were kind of nudging me to maybe work with animals to help support my body, because I had black mold poisoning, Lyme disease, my gallbladder had co-infections, my small intestines, my kidneys, my liver was failing, so my skin was starting to get that yellow kind of hue. When I say hell, there was lots of nights of deep burning, you know, in the body. Nerves, stinging, joints, feeling like they're crushing. It was vicious. As terrifying as that was for me, it got me to this place. I mean, literally, like many nights in fetal, just laying on the ground and crying, screaming. It brought me into a place of full surrender because I didn't know what else to do. I surrendered concepts and ideas that I had thought were concrete for the rest of my life. It's funny that sometimes pain serves us in that way, and I realized that hell, in many ways, is the path to heaven. And this pain and this suffering, in many ways, not all cases, but from what I've learned, is almost a necessity to fully get to a place of surrender so that we can experience liberation. I suffered 8 months because I was holding on to this concept of like, I'm not gonna eat animals, even though my doctor was like, every time he was like giving me grace, but he was like really trying to notion like, your body's failing, your body's giving up. And it broke that belief. I started working with animals, bone broth, fish oil, and then started slowly incorporating eggs, and my body was just absorbing, and I was getting my B vitamins in, B6, B12, you know, I was doing injections just because my body was like needing a huge shock of support. And so I started learning through this Lyme, through this hell, my personal hell, that these things are tied to beliefs and concepts that keep us in pain and suffering. And I would have never thought that my belief on being vegan was blocking me from something. And again, this is not a blanket statement. This is like my personal thing. I'm not saying everyone should eat meat. I'm not saying everyone should be vegan. That part of me has left, and being in hell softened my heart so much for myself and how I see other people and the world. It was the most challenging thing, but I realized through that I have a position to create, that we can create heaven here. The whole gift is here. Yeshua even says it, like, the kingdom is created here. That's our responsibility. When I first started using this vibration plate, you itch.
Oh,
Like,
itch.
you itch because you're essentially kicking up toxins.
Yeah.
It vibrates you to your, like, core. So I'm just gonna do all the settings at once.
I'm excited.
Just a slight bend in your knees. This is fantastic in the morning for lymph drainage.
Yeah. This is so fun.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It feels amazing. I just feel like it's healing my body.
Try one more thing. So sit like, mirror me and sit like this.
Whoa!
It's gonna open certain chambers of your lungs. Do you feel it pushing air?
Yeah.
Yeah. I literally do this. I'll just sit here and just laugh.
It's so fun.
Try singing.
Yeah.
It's all like a dolphin.
Yeah, no, it's like you're riding on a horse. How's the body feel?
That was incredible.
Right?
I need to be doing that every morning. Are you gonna do yours now?
Yeah, I guess I can.
Yeah.
So I have a bunch of tools that, see these metal bars you can hook these tools into?
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you can like do like aerobics on here, and sometimes I'll, to open up, if I want to drain stuff in my lungs. This is my favorite though.
I found you on Instagram, and then I go to your Spotify. I see this album. I'm like, The Inner Work sounds like my kind of album. Let's listen to it. And I see that the songs are the emotional scale. Like, I've seen this concept before of like the emotional scale from the, I guess, lower density emotions of guilt, shame, all the way up to like joy. And so I listened to it from start to finish. It just like unlocked something within me.
Frozen, heavy I feel, hopeless, bones made of steel, weighted down by the world on my back, wondering if Atlas ever asked for help on her.
Tell me about the making of The Inner Work.
So the authors of this best-selling book on TikTok called The Inner Work, they reached out to me right before I found out I had Lyme disease. They're like, hey, we'd love to commission you. We have a book that goes through all of the wounds that humans feel. It's a really funny story because prior to them reaching out, they had been following my music. And this dates back to a couple years where I started a company called Energy Hospital. And Energy Hospital was originally me opening up people to email me what their traumas and what they're moving through, what they were, and then I would write an individual song for that person. So I wrote 133 songs for 133 people all over the world, different countries. It was really, really beautiful. But they're about these wounds. So I had already done it. I'd already shown, and so when they came across an artist that was already doing this, they're like, this would be perfect for our book that goes through these wounds as well. And so they reached out and they're like, we feel like you'd be perfect for this. And I was like, sign me up. Like, this is amazing. They sent me a book. I read the book, blew my absolute mind. I was like, no wonder this is the most popular sold book on TikTok. And I took it on and I promised myself, I'm not going to write these songs for fun. I want to live these songs. And so as I went through each density and each theme of consciousness, starting with the lowest of the lows, which is rejection and shame, I was encouraged to alchemize these things sonically and almost relive some of these things and like it was a checkup on my body. It was like, where are we with this shame thing? Did we heal this? And then maybe there was like still build up in things, and there most certainly was. Through each song, it was a whole experience, you know? Yeah, so the whole goal of this album and book was, how can we pair the mind, which is very cerebral, the book is very cerebral, with the feeling. And music is usually easily associated with being able to like feel. And so you pair the two together and you got one of the most powerful tools to assist you on your healing journey.
Music and movement for me, like moving to music and moving energy is the most important tool that I have. It has gotten me through so much in life, and it's what I am constantly going to as a tool throughout the day, just every day. It's like, what do I need to listen to like feel this? So you find out that you have chronic Lyme disease soon after you had said yes to this, and walk me through that process of making this album simultaneous with your Lyme journey.
Even though it's bizarre, I didn't have to creatively think about how to write this album. I was given the subject matter because I was living it. So the songs that are on this album, like there's a song called Distrust, and the primary emotion of distrust is fear. I wrote fear because I was in deep fear. There's a couple lyrics on that song where the bed I lay on isn't safe. My pupils wide, my body aches, and I can't sleep. So I draw a bath 3/4 full up to my umbilical to find some peace. I did that, literally, like multiple nights, because we didn't know it even at the time, but for a moment there, we were living in mold without knowing we were living in mold, and it was in our HVAC system. And so all of our vents, wherever our vents were blowing air, we were just getting plummeted with mycotoxins, and one was right above our bed. So of course I couldn't sleep at night. But those are very real lyrics. Every lyric in this album is from a place of experience through this Lyme and mold journey, all the way to Overwhelm. You know, there's a song called Overwhelm, which I think is like the most popular one on it.
I mean, it's one of my favorites, and I think I resonate with it because that is a feeling that I experience. That's like a wounds that I feel that I have and I've worked through a lot, but it still just presents itself in my life. What was your experience making that?
Yes, so the primary emotion of overwhelm is hopelessness. And they talk about that in the inner work, is this feeling of like dread and like full victim, you know, like everything's happening to me and I can't take it. It is a breaking point in this heroic journey where we are encouraged to allow ourselves to start feeling. We get overwhelmed when we don't allow those feelings to come through and be expressed, right? And so like for men, we've been taught that like crying is a sign of weakness. So like there's a lot of like, that starts to manifest, you know, or we can't express anger because it's looked at as bad. And so like anger builds up in Chinese medicine, we know, in the liver. And so we start to have liver cancer, liver failure, and all of these things are correlated. And so, yeah, I mean, the song Overwhelmed for me, there's a line in this song where I say, you can't remove the pain if you refuse it. So show me how you use it. And that's the invitation that I felt from God. We don't heal by getting rid of pain. We don't heal by running away from pain. We heal by going directly to it. And in the words of my really good friend who's helped me a lot, Dr. Wesley Kress, he said in his chronic pain journey, go into the pain and expand your capacity to hold that pain. It's a really difficult concept for me because my whole life I've either tried to create things out of my pain, or like if I feel pain, I get to the ground and I start moving, or I take a salt bath, or I do all these things, red light therapy. I'm always doing something to get rid of the pain. But when a sense of chronic pain that is still there, it's because we're not listening to that calling. And I learned quickly through the inner work that the pain that we experience is an aspect of the inner child that is wanting affection and attention and love. It wants to be witnessed, it wants to be heard, it wants to be held. And if we keep trying to do things to get rid of the pain, that's us trying to get rid of a part of us that's needing our attention. And so a practice of mine that's helped is sitting in this pain and listen to the child and give it that stillness and allow it to exist. And almost you start to become it. And you can't quite feel pain when you become pain. Like that's, I believe in many cases, the very last part of a healing journey for people who are living in chronic pain is this, you become it and you expand so big into it. You expand your capacity to hold that it starts to subside. The healing comes from listening to what comes up in that pain and honoring those emotions, whether it be a deep cry or a scream, like this concept of sacred rage is so healing. What scenarios come up while we're in that pain. And the more we give attention to that inner child, it starts to feel safe. When the inner child feels safe, the nervous system starts to balance out and you get out of this fight or flight. When the nervous system starts to neutralize, the fascia starts to relax. And this is where full liberation happens and real healing can occur.
How important was the emotional healing in the healing of the Lyme?
It was the key. It was the key. I realized quickly that you can support your body with nutrients. You can take amazing herbs that help detox. You can open your pathways, and all these are really helpful things. But if we don't pair it with the emotional work, healing will not happen. After I started supporting my body, the deep emotional therapy started coming in with NET, where he would guide me to very traumatic places and reprogram those neuropathic channels with scenarios where myself today going to that child self and bringing him to a place of safety and allowing him to express what he needed to express with someone who can listen to him and hold him was monumental in my journey. To speak directly to people in chronic pain, I know they feel like their body is abandoning them. I have felt that anger from that, where I'm like mad at my body. And I would just encourage anyone that is in a place of chronic pain and suffering that your body is actually not abandoning you. We are actually abandoning aspects of us that need to be seen. And so when we allow our body to feel things, we're giving ourselves permission to let go. And that's where I think the most powerful healing can happen. And so yeah, to bring it full circle, the emotional work is key, because it started with emotions. Just because it's physical, like you don't heal physical by healing physical. It starts with an emotional thing, and then it manifests mentally as a program, as a thought pattern that we keep doing that we may not know. And if that's not taken care of, it will manifest as a physical thing. And that is what disease and illness is. We need to go back to the mental thing. And in order to go to the mental thing, we need to go all the way to the root of this, the root cause, which is something happened at some point where you weren't acknowledged, seen, or loved unconditionally. It's usually those three things. And when we take care of those, then we start to help the emotion come out. And when the emotion comes out, then we're able to retrain our brain to not go into this victim mentality. We change the brain, the body follows.
What is this oil?
That is rose-infused water with, I believe there's ormus in there.
It looks golden.
Mm-hmm.
Can I smell it?
Yeah. You can anoint yourself with it too.
Really? What does this key go to?
My soul.
I'll play music while you do that. How's that?
Yes. how do you relate to like inspiration and like I'm sitting down to do my work and like
The balance.
create no matter what?
There's this thing that I say, it's just like honor the flow. I've been on both ends. I've been in the end of just like, I'm only gonna create when I'm really inspired. And then I've been in the end where it's like, I'm creating because it's a job and I need to meet my quota and I need to complete these songs for these people. And the best advice I can give is, it takes a little bit of both. There needs to be a little structure, and sometimes when you sit down, you don't want to do it. Sometimes just getting in the chair and getting into it, that's the hardest part when you don't want to create, is just getting into it. Once you get into it, things can start to come in, and then you'll start, surrendering to that flow.
So if you're gonna come in here and start a session from nothing, like where do you start?
Every song's different. Sometimes I'll scroll through samples and find like a voice that I really like of an effect, or sometimes I'll sit down and play chords and find an effect that I really like, and I'll literally just start with a chord progression. I'm just looking for an ambiance pad. Throw a compressor on it. Copy it. The length. Super subtle, Yeah, and it just builds. And the song starts to really reveal itself in that way. That's the process.
So fun. Wow. It seems so natural and easeful for you.
I think you get to a point where, some of this stuff becomes first nature, and the goal for me now with making music is knowing when to honor the flow and knowing when to stop. Sometimes the best things happen when you just like know when to stop and know when to open up to what needs to come through, and it should feel like play.
Yeah.
And so it's just like honoring that play.
Your project with Energy Hospital and how you were gifting music to people who were calling and healing. What did you learn through doing that, and how did that start?
Energy Hospital was kind of birthed out of my sister passing away from cancer. She had colon cancer, and then it metastasized in her liver. One of the last things that she said to me, one of the most last coherent, audible things that she said to me was, "You know the light. Are you ready for the dark?" That's not something that she would typically say. She didn't speak like that. So I knew even when it happened, it was very divine. And it was like the day before she took her last breath. And that stuck with me. I didn't really understand what that meant at the time. And now I really do. I lived it. The dark is where fear can fester, where pain resides, where there's suffering. It's hell. I met myself because I am the darkness. I am the light. I am the whole. It's the yin and yang. And I know that's what she was saying, 5 years before I experienced it fully. And that was a huge guiding light for me amongst it, because I was like, this is what she said. I'm in it. And I welcomed it. I stopped fighting it. And that's why I say hell is beautiful. Because it's the pain that creates the most powerful part of our testimony. Our triumphs, or let's say our light that we emanate, wouldn't hit hard if we didn't have that pain and the thing that just broke it open. And so my idea of things happening to me, it shifted when I met the darkness and when I met this hell, to things don't happen to me anymore. Nothing happens to me. But I can shift my perspective that everything is always happening for me, can happen for me if I think of it in that way. And I would even say goes deeper, happens through me, happens as me.
When I started listening to all of these albums and experiencing them, like, it feels medicinal, it feels healing, it feels personal to, these humans that you wrote these for. It feels like a gift. It's been this season of my life, like, your music has really guided this season. So I just want to thank you. Like, I feel so much overwhelming gratitude for you. And your art just, like, coming into my life at the most beautiful time and divine time. And it's been so supportive to my healing journey. So thank you so much.
I'm grateful for the lemon juice upon my lips. I'm grateful I can smile when I'm tasting. Well, it's true, yeah, it's true. I'm grateful, full to the brim. I am. Yes, I'm grateful, more than I've ever been. Well, it's true, yeah, it's true. It's true, yeah, true, yeah. It's so true that I'm grateful, so grateful, always true. It's true, yeah, it's true, it's so true that I'm grateful, so grateful, it's so true.
Like, what would we do without you being in your, you know what I mean? Like, the world needs you in your full gifts and sharing your art. This is a way that you get to share your art that's impacting so many people.
Yeah, I like to say that our gift shall make room for us to live, not we make room for our gift in our life. I'm very grateful I do what I do, and it's taken a long time to get here, but I'm very grateful for my work, my play.
The deeper I connected to Yeshua, that Christed view of the world feels so familiar and feels so resonant. That knowing of, we don't need to know, we just love. And unconditional love literally means love without conditions. That's what unconditional love is. Unconditional love is not love with conditions. So I try to embody that every day and with everything. And I love creating heaven. My home is heaven. My meals are heaven. My music's heaven. And the last thing I'll say with this is, I love words so much. Responsibility. It's my responsibility to create the kingdom of God here, heaven on earth, because I have the ability to respond. I've done the work. And because I have the ability to respond, why would I not? So it is my responsibility to create heaven here on earth. And that's what I'll do.
I feel the heaven that is here in this moment. Just tuning into like the reality of this present moment of being welcomed into your sanctuary of a home, to have this exquisite tea being poured and this beautiful rose of Jericho, and the candles and the incense and the frankincense and the love in the space and the creativity and the safety and the deep presence, and doing what I love. Like getting to be here and do the thing that I know like my soul came here to do is the definition of heaven. So thank you for co-creating this moment. Wow.
Cheers, my friend.
Thank you so much.
Well, quite an eventful day.
Sure was.
Thanks for welcoming me into your world.
Such an honor. It was a blast.
Go listen to his music. It will change your life. That's it for this episode of Skylife. Thanks for watching. The adventure continues. Bye.
Bye.
This is what